Alrighty. Morning, everyone. Looking to probably be going long today. If I had to guess, with this fair value gap above us, or sorry, below us. Sitting in a huge fair value gap though. Open this up. Probably good enough for today. Excuse me. Coming up on PT1 on Google. How's my Baba? I think I'm ready to close the put side of Baba. .80 was my fill there. Google just hit? Not yet. It's up almost 40% though. A lot of nothing here. Morning XDs, morning Moon, morning Michael and Junior. How are we looking here on the 15? 15 looks like we grabbed some liquidity. We're good for a short. I'll be looking short here. Might be temporarily long here. We'll see. Morning, Samip. Chip S, are you short bias for today? Not necessarily. Hello, good morning. Michael, wait until 10 a.m. Yeah, we'll see. Probably at this point. Got an alert for DraftKings today. Target would be 3150. I do like DraftKings, but it's a little. I feel like it's a little chasey right now. See if I can get a inside bar setup, maybe. All right, let's look at Roblox here. Roblox is one. It's a monthly 2-up as well. So I might take Roblox. It's hard to have a target here. Be 3118, 3250, and then all the way up to 37. Jonathan asks thoughts for a short using the fair value gap on 15. Maybe. There's a lot of fair value gaps above us though. All right, I'm in the Roblox 35 calls. Okay. Still nothing here, huh? Nothing there, nothing there. Morgan Stanley. Daily 212 up, but no trigger on the weekly. Acro. No thanks. Coke. No thanks. AMD. AMD's tempting. What's the monthly chart look like? Inside, but it's green. Looking at boom. Wow, kind of choppy waters here. You're looking at a 113 call probably. Here'd be the 115. So probably spread it out. 115, 120 for $1.42. I'll send it. We'll see if it gets filled. Tesla's very green today. I got filled on that 142. I think we're probably targeting this buy side liquidity up here. Could be viable for a long. Gonna go long here in a little bit, actually. Finger on the trigger. All right, I'm in. 15 to 20.75. Kind of buying into resistance here, so keep that in mind. Fingers on the exit button. I need to see it pull back up pretty quickly. I don't like how it reacted to that fair value gap. All right, taking some at 10 points. 12 points, sorry. Oops, let me not type in my own trading chat. So for reference there, my stop probably would have been under like a 2-bar here, so it would have been like 10 points. So really those are up, 1R. Stop loss break even. The long setup was this 2-1 failed 2 down into a 2 up. That was the reason for it, Jonathan. And peso, no, it's not a short. There's 1R. 25 points. There's 2R on the Qs. $40 points. Probably I'm going to skip 50, but there is 50 points. I'll alert it, but I'm not taking it. No, I guess I'll take it. We're so extended right now. Next trim's 80. All right, gotta check on these guys here. I'm very surprised Google hasn't hit its TP yet. Um, Jonathan asked, so this was more of a strat setup versus ITT. ICT, correct. This had no ICT in it. What's the resistance above 290? No, it'd be 300. Um, I've been trading NQ for a long time, and what I've noticed is that um, NQ jumps every 50 points as a psych level. So after we breached this 250, I expected if we ran out of steam, it'd be at 70 to 80, and now we're going back to retest 50. If we break under 50, then I'm gonna get stopped out at break even more than likely. But if we bounce off 50, the next we're gonna hit 300 more times than not. Flash, if you're in the stream, I explained it was a 2-1-2 setup on the 1 minute and the 5 minute relay. Bloody candle. Hugh said, look for any ads of bounces. It's tempting, but probably not, only because we're in this huge fair value gap from. Let me show you. We're in this huge fair value gap from the flush on Wednesday. Might be easier to see here on the hourly. So these flushes. So we're rejecting this little overlap PD array where it's an order block and a fair value gap. So it might actually be time to short. If I get some sort of, I'd like one more push up, sweep liquidity, and then go down, and that'd be the short signal. But for now, I'm fine in my long. As long as we're somewhere close to that 50 level, then I'm fine staying in this thing. Morning, Theo. Said on that Roblox call, do you also look at the IV and does that affect whether you get in or not? Nope, I don't. Do you live stream all day in your Discord? No, I don't. Same thing, 9:30 to 11. I only trade 9:30 to 11 intentionally. It's in my trading plan. Zach, do you ever share roughly what your sizing is and how you decide that? I'm getting really good consistency at my current size. I'm wondering what the next steps for scaling size. My size is generally between 10 and 20% of my trailing drawdown. It's easy on like forex. It's just a flat 0.5% of the account size, but it's a little different for futures. But no, I don't share what my size is just because if I shared my size, then other people would go that heavy. And if you're not trained to get out at the right time, then accounts get blown. So I don't share anything or recommend anything. I just tell people that I do about 10 to 20% of my account drawdown. So I have to lose about 10 to 20, or sorry, 5 to 10 trades before I blow the account. That's essentially the rule of thumb I live by. Because if you look through my trade tracker, I would venture to guess that there's very little times, very few times where I lost 5 trades in a row. So. David said, just any thoughts on the 5-minute the strat scan on NQ? I don't even have that scanning, honestly, but let me see. NQ 212 up, yeah, right here. Yeah, it's just telling you that there's a 2-1 up. There's a 2-1 setup. It alerted that at 9:50. So here, so as soon as this candle closed at 9:50, and then it alerted it at 10:10, which was here. So then you decide after that if you're gonna take whichever side. In this case, you would have probably not wanted to take a 2-1-2 down just because we broke structure, but a failed 2 is definitely in the cards. I am gonna add a little bit more here. Expecting this 5-minute to end a fail 2 down and then go 2 up, and then hopefully the 15-minute goes 2 up, and then we see 300. That is the plan. See if it wants to break this or not. I at least want to see some sort of manipulation, such as a liquidity grab or something of that sort. And ES did jump. I was wondering why my spy contracts flew up. All right, I'm taking my ads off here. The when's AMC GME pump? Yeah, hopefully those days are behind us. All right, give me 1 second. Gotta go get Zeus. KT, love you, brother. Thanks, bro. Thanks for coming out, KT. Kiana. All right, next leg up here. What you doing, Zeus? Hey, baby. Coming up on 300 now. Mario says, thanks again so much for the explanation. While you are doing so many things, LOL, can you explain how you set your stop level? Is it just a 20-point stop, or do you base on another level? No, it's generally just a 20-point stop. Nothing much more than that. Kind of keeps things simpler. Looking like another one and done, Jesse, protecting profit. Yeah, Tony. I mean, man, I'm telling you, once I've switched to this 20-point stop, I'm taking in so many points. It's crazy. It's a good thing, obviously. All right, there's 80. 4R. Finally. Only took a long time. But hey, 80 points. I'm just getting caught up on my my recaps. Can't believe I grabbed 40 points yesterday. Shoot. Alrighty. Really good day so far today. Next trim's at 100 points flat. All right, let me get caught up on YouTube. Cal says, great trades, Jesse. Truly appreciate your guidance. Thanks for coming out. Mario, did you say you recently switched to a 20-point stop, and why is it given you better results? I have recently made the switch. I used to do like a dynamic one, like 10, 12 points. I think anything lower than 10, you're just scalping. And, I know a trader who does that very well. But for me personally, and again, this goes back to you needing to know your personality. Me personally, I don't like to do that. Like gets my heart rate pumping, and sometimes I'm out of I get stopped out of a trade that was still very valid, but I sized for a 12-point stop and I couldn't hold past that. So when I switched to a 20-point stop, I'm holding longer. And I was also, so for the other example, I was also trimming at 12 points. And so when I switched to a 20-point stop, I'm starting to trim. Sometimes it is at 10 or 15 points, but like today, I don't think maybe I took one trim at 10 points, just a partial while we were breaking out here. But I'm holding more. Like I just hit 100 points right there, and I still had more position than I would if I sized for 12 points. Seb, if you're in here, congratulations. Past 3 top step evals. Whiskey, you're still doing the 1/4 to half off at 1R, then smaller. Yeah. So it's about a quarter every trim. Then I added halfway through, took off those ads, and held until now. So now I only have a couple cons left on micros. Next resistance would be filling the fair value gap at another 40 points. I don't know if that's in the cards, but so like here, whiskey, because I'm down to just a few contracts, I'm trimming the next trims at 40 points, and then the next trim after that's at 60 after that. So and then I'm all out at 200 points profit. Ronnie said I actually traded with you guys today, hit daily goal. Thanks, Jesse. Nice job, Ronnie. Well done. Well done. Hello, Lucky. Welcome in. Junior, I don't know if I read this or not. Thank you, brother. First call was confirmation to where I wanted to get in. Snap the trade, did 4 trades total for 3 wins, 1 loss. Thank you a lot. Learning a lot here. Appreciate that. You're welcome. Done for the day. Nice. Crystal, did you learn any particular learn from any particular YouTube channels? It was kind of a lot. Like Alex's Options, In the Money, when he used to do YouTube videos. Who else? Sarah Strat Sniper, she's a stratter. And then obviously ICT himself. Whiskey Warrior, would love to hear a little on your ad strategy. That's where I'm struggling. I'm working on strategically adding, but it's pulling up my break even too far, and I can't find a good strat for it. Well, whenever you add, it is going to pull your break even up. That's just how it works. It pulls your break even up. So you either have to number one, I have a video on it, and it's actually showing right under my YouTube stream, which is funny. But it says how to add to a winning position. Essentially, the TLDR to that video is you have to be treating that trade like its own, like a new trade if you're adding. So, for example, I think I added somewhere in this area, and took 20 points off of it. And the trigger was a 2-1-2 up, or maybe it was the failed 2 up into a 2 down, or sorry, the failed 2 down into a 2 up. So you just have to be willing to make it its own trade. So essentially, you're gonna have a lot of these, but you're already messing with profits. So so there's no worry there. So there's 2 ads. Here's another one on the 5-minute chart. Could have taken the failed 2 down, which was my initial ad. There's four winning trades out of this 1 winning trade. So yeah, like I said, the TLDR is you have to treat it like its own position. And you have to be willing to take a loss. I only add in with about 1/4 to 1/2 of my original size. And it's just to squeeze a little bit more profit out of squeeze all the juice out of it. Huey had a good learning day today. Hit a sweet 4-hour long, but close it fully now. But close it fully now, it would be a 2-hour. Looks like I need to get better in holding runners longer. No, I wouldn't say that. Would not say that at all. 4 hours, incredible, Huey. You're always gonna leave profit on the table. Every single trade. Even when I close this trade, I'm gonna have lost profit on the table. Always, you're gonna leave profit on the table. 4 hours, incredible. Yep, gotta be happy with what you got. When you add a new position, your stop loss is 20 points from your entry. Not necessarily. Especially with ads, they have a tighter leash. Like this one here, I don't remember when I added, but it was somewhere in this zone. It would have had about a 12-point stop. Crystal, how did you determine how many micros to put on your trades? Working on my risk management, currently trading 15 or 20 micros on a 75K. Yeah, we had a question similar to this earlier. Risk is going to be different for everybody. I know people who full port their evals. I know people who do it, the quote unquote proper way. Um, it depends on your risk management. If you're doing it the proper way, which is what I would encourage, then I personally risk 10 to 20% per trade, 10 to 20% of the trailing drawdown, um, and then size off of that. Moon, do you trail your profit? If so, how do you do it? I don't do one of those like ATMs or automated trade management. Essentially, after each higher high or higher low, or sorry, if it's a higher low or a lower high, I'll trail after that. So like really, my trailing should be at 15,239, which is what it's going to be. I'll actually update that. Sometimes it's all a mental thing for me, but I just updated it there. Could I draw Fibonacci on this chart today and give me your thoughts? Sure. Give me a sec. That's obviously not the fib. I need to see where that low was. Yeah, so if we're going to retrace and go long, it'd be under 15,247 and one of these two fair value gaps. That'd be how I'd look at it. David said, "Thank you. You're welcome." Another so let's look at this too. Speaking of fibs, if I ignore all the little stuff because I'm acting as though this is maybe a 4-hour chart, daily chart, we're above the golden zone. So if we close above the golden zone, more than likely that means we're going to continue to go up. Let me look at the 4-hour. Yeah, you can kind of see it better on the 4-hour. What I think is that we're going to continue to go up either to this fair value gap here or to the 4-hour order block above it at 15,400. That would be my guesstimate. So remember, big money wants to buy and sell at a discount and sell in a premium. So if big money wants to go long and we ran out of steam, they're going to come all the way down to a discount and then reverse. Same thing with if they're wanting to sell and we ran out of steam on that huge trend, they're going to come up to a discount, find a fair value, and then go lower. Not a fair value gap, they're just going to find a fair value. Theo said, all right, got to help out. Later. See you, Theo. David, we have an engulfing candle on NQ 5 minute. Any thoughts on this? Nope, no thoughts. Other than, I mean, no thoughts as like I'm not scared of an engulfing candle. I'm not worried about getting out or anything. I think retracements at this point is healthy. Retracements are healthy. An engulfing, I'm not worried about. Um, in fact, if I, yeah, so I would draw the fib like that. So probably aiming for where I have my stop loss break even to be that would be like a new trade almost for me. But yeah, like I said, no, not worried. And then another lesson in fibs is if it rejects anything above at or above the 0.382, it means it's a strong trend. So a strong trend obviously means that it's probably, if it's going to reverse, it probably has enough juice to keep going. Angela, I'm new with trading. If I missed your entry signal by 10 or 15 points, what would you recommend I do? I'd recommend you look at the chart. This goes for all trades. I recommend you look at the chart and then you decide if you like what you see. And then based on that information, you make up your own trade. I would never ever try to copy trade anybody, especially delayed because you're in YouTube. But even if you get my alerts, there, it takes me 15, 30 seconds to type them up, 15 to 25 seconds to type them up. In that time, NQ can move. It is very, very important that you don't try to copy trade what I'm doing. My alerts are not buy or sell signals. They're just telling you what I'm doing. So all right, give me a couple minutes. Crystal said, so today you entered a strat setup on a failed 2 and 2 down on the 1 minute. Are failed 2s one of your favorite setups? They are. Indeed. Failed 2s, 2 1s. Outside bars aren't my favorite, but they're decent. Kind of like a failed 2. Need more info before I really get after an outside bar. So, alrighty, I'm gonna shut it down for today. I think this thing's just gonna chop. I have trim set at 7R and 10R for the last couple, so you guys don't need to sit here and watch me eat and wait around. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the server. I'll be around. Just gonna do some back end work while I let these last couple hang out. YouTube, thanks for coming out. As always, leave a like if you haven't subscribed. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys not tomorrow, but Thursday probably. We have a baby appointment tomorrow, so not tomorrow, but I will see you guys later this week. Everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you're going to keep trading, use stop losses. Don't blow your account one trade. And I'll see you guys here later on. Have a great day, guys.